Hello, and welcome back to One Step English, the podcast where we take small, simple steps to make your English better every day. I'm really glad you're here because today's topic is something every learner struggles with: thinking in English and how to stop translating in your head. You know the situation. You're in a conversation. Someone asks you a question in English. Your brain says, understand the question, translate it into your language, think of an answer, translate your answer back into English, speak. By the time you finish steps 1 to 4, the conversation has already moved on. So, how do we break this habit? How do we think in English directly? That's what we're going to cover today. I'll share why translating slows you down, the step-by-step method to think in English, practice activities you can do anywhere, and a daily routine to train your brain. Why translating is a problem. Translating is normal in the beginning. Your brain uses your first language as a bridge. But here's the problem. Translation is slow. It also makes mistakes because languages don't match word for word. For example, in English we say, I'm 25 years old. In some languages, the structure might be, I have 25 years. If you translate word by word, you'll sound unnatural or confuse people. When you think in English, you speak faster, you make fewer grammar mistakes, and you feel more confident. Step 1. Start small. Use English for simple thoughts. Don't try to think about complicated topics in English at first. Start with what's in front of you. For example, right now I can think, I'm sitting on a chair. I'm talking into a microphone. I'm drinking coffee. These are short, simple sentences you can make without stress. Practice moment. Look around you right now. Pick 3 things you see and make a simple sentence in English about each one. Step 2. Build your no translation zone. Choose a specific time of day or activity where you only use English in your thoughts. For example, when you cook, when you take a shower, when you walk to work or school. During that time, describe everything in English in your head. At first, it might be slow. You might need to pause and search for words. That's fine. Over time, it will get faster. Step 3. Think in words, then in phrases, then in sentences. You can't run before you walk. When you start thinking in English, do it step by step. Stage 1. Words. If you see a tree, think tree. If you see a dog, think dog. Stage 2. Phrases. The green tree, a small dog. Stage 3. Sentences. The green tree is in front of my house. A small dog is sleeping. This gradual process trains your brain to connect directly to English without going through your first language. Step 4. Use English to English learning. When you learn new words, don't connect them to your native language. Instead, use pictures, examples, and English definitions. For example, instead of apple is tau, Vietnamese, think apple is a round fruit, red or green, sweet, you can eat it raw. This way, the connection is direct, apple to image or concept. Step 5. Describe your day in English. One powerful way to think in English is to tell the story of your day to yourself. For example, this morning, I woke up at 7, I brushed my teeth, I made breakfast, I ate bread and drank tea. Then I read the news on my phone. You can do this in your head while you're on the bus, walking, or waiting in line. Step 6. Talk to yourself. Yes, it sounds funny, but it works. You can talk to yourself quietly or in your head about anything. For example, while cooking, I'm cutting the vegetables. I need some salt. Where is the oil? Oh, here it is. When you talk to yourself in English, you are practicing thinking and speaking at the same time. Step 7. Shadow conversations. Find a short video or podcast in English. Play one sentence, pause, and repeat it exactly. Focus on copying the rhythm, tone, and speed. Shadowing helps your brain and mouth work together, and it reduces the need to translate because you're copying natural English patterns. Step 8. Accept gaps in your knowledge. Sometimes you won't know a word in English. That's okay. Don't stop and translate. Instead, explain it with the words you know. For example, if you don't remember the word scissors, you can say, the thing you use to cut paper. This skill, called paraphrasing, is very useful for thinking directly in English. Step 9. Make English your default setting. The more English you see, hear, and use, the easier it is to think in English. You can change your phone's language to English, listen to English music or podcasts while doing daily tasks, read short news or social media posts in English. Immersion helps your brain switch languages automatically. Step 10. Build a daily thinking routine. Here's a sample routine you can follow. Morning, 5 minutes. While brushing your teeth, think in English about your plan for the day. Example, today I have a meeting, I will eat lunch with my friend, I need to buy milk. Afternoon, 5 minutes. While walking or traveling, describe what you see in English. Evening, 5 minutes. Tell yourself the story of your day in English before you sleep. Common mistakes to avoid. Trying to be perfect. You don't need perfect grammar in your head. Just focus on fluency. Using long, complicated sentences too soon. Start simple, then grow. Stopping when you don't know a word. Use other words to explain. Final words. Thinking in English is not magic. It's a skill. And like any skill, you can train it. Start small, be consistent, and accept mistakes as part of learning. Remember, begin with simple thoughts. Create no translation zones. Move from words to phrases to sentences. Use English to English learning. Describe your day in English. Talk to yourself. Paraphrase when you don't know a word. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Soon you'll notice something amazing. You're speaking faster, with less hesitation, and without that translation delay in your brain. That's it for today's episode of One Step English. Keep taking small steps, and your English will keep growing. See you next time.